This is what it would be like if Microsoft decided to use Whistler Beta 1 and 2 design rather than the new Luna as we all know. This is Windows XP Retro Phase. As you can see on the desktop, the overall look is eerily similar to Windows XP Beta 2, specifically around build 2410 to 2419. The only minor difference is that the desktop background, the word Whistler, is replaced by Experience. Before we go any further, let's check out their setup. The text mode setup is still there with minimal differences in branding. Next, the boot screen has a somewhat similar design to build 2419, although the progress bar is different. The graphical setup uses the design seen in build 2276 through build 2416. I actually prefer this design over the finished Luna because of just how elegant it is to me. And not just that, let's check out the upcoming OBE video. The OBE has a different graphic, with Merlin replacing the animated help icon assistant. After installing VMware tools, we are rebooting the OS to see the log on screen, and it looks, well, quite peculiar. Or is it just me? Wow, the mod uses the Windows 2000 startup sound, which is totally accurate, rather than the mix and match version I poorly covered 8 years ago. Alright, we've checked out the desktop. Now, let's see the start menu's look. That look is surprisingly similar to what build 2416 has, although the user picture is absent in that build. Inside the start menu, programs and services icons are customized to have a different color palette. And by going to the application list in more programs, you can see that a little bit of the different color palette for icons is used in here too. Oh yeah, we'll check out system applications later on. Opening the Windows Explorer, you can see that the icons are the same as in the start menu. Check out the icons in the navigation bar and task pane. In my opinion, the icons are, well, quite muted in color. But apart from that, the layout is still similar to what Windows XP has, well, should I say, closer to build 2419 with the plain task pane rather than the slightly different look in build 2410. Alright, opening the C drive, the directory blocker, that's what I want to say for that, is quite clean and straightforward. Comparing this to the Windows XP look, that's descriptive and loonish, both work in a different way otherwise. Navigating the C drive is okay, despite the icon design. I wonder where that design style came from. Using the search pane in Windows Explorer, we get the classic version, unlike Windows XP, which has Rover as the assistant dock. Next, control panel, and we can see that, oh, I think these icons are familiar to me. Isn't that from build 2250 if I remember correctly? Oh yeah, it is from build 2250. Now I can see where the design style is from. It gives off this semi-playful icon design, which I like though. Anyway, looking at the classic view, the icon trend is still sweeping through the deeper control panel. Windows keying is included in this mod. This is actually a primitive version of Credentials Manager seen in later Windows version, and was actually in Windows Whistler from build 2223 to build 2410. The user account applet receives graphical changes, especially with the user picture set, which is very different from what we have in Windows XP. This set includes Mona Lisa, of all things. While we're still in control panel, I just like how the graphical changes are being looked at, such as the taskbar and start menu applet that has this design for the modern start menu. Right clicking the desktop, the highlight color is brighter than it is in Windows XP. Clicking display properties, we get to see the applet in action, like the overall theme, the desktop background, the screensaver, which I'm certainly sure one of them causes some trouble, and the window theme. As for window themes, there are a bunch of them in this mod. Watercolor itself has several color variations. The professional theme brings back the early form of modern start menu seen in build 2250. The personal theme has a lunar-like window layout, while using the taskbar design seen in Icon Factory concept art. The last one, Candy, that has similarities to Mac OS X's Aqua theme. If you haven't noticed, the cursor theme in this mod is different from what Windows 2000 and XP have. This is because the theme is actually custom made, as you can see in the pointer tab in mouse properties. Each action corresponds to a custom made cursor, rather than the default one. And check out the sound scheme. While looking at other applets, I was distracted by the thorough icon changes. Again, well, it's just me. As for sample media, they have their own version that distinguishes it from Windows 2000 and Windows XP. This includes sample music, which has different music included. Now, let's check out system applications. We have Internet Explorer, which receives design changes while still keeping version 6. You have two shortcuts that leads to Internet Explorer. Windows Catalog, which is dead, and Windows Update, which doesn't lead to anything, decorative purpose only. Windows Media Player is version 7, which is the same version used in Windows Me. And it's playable with visualization too. Other essential applications include the quadrinity of system applications like Calculator, Notepad, WordPad, and Paint. Some applications are taken either from Windows 2000 or Windows XP, such as Command Prompt, Sound Recorder, Address Book, Picture Viewer, and System Restore. If you're wondering about games, this mod maintains the list of games from Windows XP with icon changes. Well, most of them. One application that uses an earlier version is Windows Movie Maker, which uses version 1. CD Player, in the other hand, didn't have any change from Windows 2000. And as for Outlook Express, it's the same version 6 as seen in Windows XP, although again bearing the universally muted icon design and, well, probably some design from Windows 2000 or earlier. Help and support. Despite the XP icons unchanged right there, the upper bar layout leans towards the one seen in build 2267. But one quirk I found in this app is that there are XOXs found in notes. Did Microsoft developers want to play tic-tac-toe with you? Probably not. I don't know where it came from, whether it's from Aurellano as the creator or a leftover from Windows. I guess we'll find out later. Well, maybe. If you haven't known already, this is based on Windows XP Service Pack 3, as seen in the WinVer. The banner is branded as Windows XP Retro Phase, and in the system properties, the branding stays as Windows XP with the correct build number. If you try this mod yourself, you'll find basic consistency across it. But for me, I want to show you one consistent design from one app that not many people pay attention to, the Wizards, where it guides you through several steps to achieve a task. Aurellano and her team spent their time carving through wizards and designing them to match the overall operating system design, Well, the basic graphic isn't that special to some people, but this one detail alone is just very cool for me. And not just that, if you have the ISO and run its auto run, the interface is neither Windows 2000 nor Windows XP. Where is this design came from? Tell us in the comments down below. And since I've been trying this mod long enough, I've noticed several bugs and quirks in this mod. When you open other remove programs and go to set program access and defaults, the radio buttons in there are elongated. NetMeeting has the 9x graphic left over, as well as backup or restore wizards. And on-screen keyboard is non-functional. This mod is really good when it comes to conception and its execution. Sadly, as this mod is still in beta, anything shown here is subject to change. I hope you can support the team to finish this mod as the way it was meant to be.